Hey guys, welcome back to Beyond Defeat, and today we're going to have a look at the new Hoka One One Arahi 4. Well, it's not new, but anyway, it's just a different number. So let's get into the tech and who this shoe's for and how it will feel underneath the foot. So if you're looking for a high cushion, lightweight stability shoe, this ticks all three boxes. Coming in under that 300 grams for a high stability shoe, this is actually great. If you are looking to train for a marathon and just feel like you need a bit more stability, if you've been running in the Clifton or the Bondi or even just anything else and starting to get into the Hoka range, this does have a great stability system plus a decent bit of cushioning underneath the foot. So starting off with your outsole, some high abrasive pads in your stock standard areas, a few on that lateral side of the heel, as well as quite a bit in the forefoot. I've been running the old iteration of this in the wet and it is quite slippery. This is great for that kind of road running, even that footpath running, but probably just in dry conditions. This just doesn't have a whole lot of grip when it comes to wet weather, but in that dry circumstance it is a great shoe. So yeah, high abrasive pads, not a whole lot on that medial side. That's when the stability system kicks into play. You shouldn't see much wear on that medial side of the foot just because of the stability system that the Arahi 4 is using. A good bit of traction on that toe off, but yeah, it isn't that grippy in that wet. As I said, you'd probably look about that 700-800 Ks out of this shoe. Most of your Hokas generally tend to wear on that lateral side of the heel, even on that lateral side on your midfoot. Just having that rocker sole and that slightly shorter offset than most of the other rockers, they are kind of prone to land on that lateral side of the heel, and the majority of Hoka runners generally just do wear out that lateral side of the heel. Moving on to your midsole, so this is basically where most of your shoe comes from. So you got that J-frame stability system. This is actually one of the better stability systems when it comes to a running shoe. You don't have that just stock standard dual density on that medial side on the midfoot. It is a J-frame system, so I think they've actually sent it off to get patent pending. Wraps from that lateral side of the midfoot all the way around to the medial side on your forefoot. So if you are that heel pronator, midfoot pronator, or that forefoot pronator, I personally am that midfoot and forefoot pronator. So this does have a nice guidance system the whole way through your shoe and just locks you down quite well. Just not kind of irritating if you feel that dual density on that medial side on your midfoot, but just keeps that guidance the whole way through the gait cycle. So definitely one of the better stability systems on the market. When it comes to the actual cushioning itself, it is quite firm, so it's not that kind of Hoka marshmallow Clifton that you're probably running in at the moment. This is quite firm, even compared to other stability shoes on the market. I'd probably put it up kind of the same cushioning as the Adrenaline, but it isn't that kind of plush feel that the Hokas are known for. With the stability, you want a shoe to be slightly a bit more stable, and that's how they get that stability system to work. Moving on to the upper, so this shoe actually fits quite big. Even taking a half size down, I felt like there was still quite a lot of room. Very breathable upper, does have the 3D print around the midfoot area, so even with the mesh expanding over the life of the shoe, the 3D print just holds you in quite nicely. They have added a few different things into the upper compared to last season. Still have that 3D printed heel. They've still got that pull tag, so easy to slip on and off if you're doing triathlons and something like these. Even if you're just an old man and just want a shoe that's easy to get on, you got a pull tag. So decent lockdown over the midfoot, nice and breathable upper. It is quite deep through that toe box area, so if you want that kind of slim runner's fit, probably not the shoe for you. So it is a lot more depth in that forefoot area as well as your midfoot, and they do have quite a U-shaped heel, so it doesn't really lock you in that well if you do have quite a slender foot. They do have the characteristics in a upper to make the shoe work well. So comparing it to last season's model, so you got your all new Arahi 4. There's basically kind of 1 or 2% difference between these two shoes. So we'll get into it. Looking at the outsoles, as I explained in the Arahi 4, same thing correlates to the Arahi 3. Same outsole. This, I've probably put 200 Ks into this shoe. It's kind of wearing evenly. Got a slight bit more wear on that lateral side on the heel, as I said. Yeah, same outsoles, midsoles exact same, so nothing different about those two. This does run with that 5mm drop, so you're looking at that 32mm to 27. So quite a bit of stack height on both of them. But yeah, as far as what's running underneath your foot, you got the exact same two cushioning systems. So if you were happy with the Arahi 3, you'll be happy with the Arahi 4. So with this all new upper by Hoka, it's basically still the exact same upper. So the 3D print over the midfoot's the exact same. They've slightly added a few more things on that forefoot going the other way. Not sure what that does, but might just stop. Honestly, I'm not sure. They did move the 3D print down to lacing, so might just lock you in a bit longer over the life of the shoe, but yeah, same lockdown over the midfoot. The heel's the exact same, so the only slight bit of added 3D print on the heel. Massive change though, so they have moved from a vertical pull tag to a horizontal one. As far as the differences go between the shoes, this is probably the massive standout. So if you did want that vertical pull tag, and that's just what was lacking in the Arahi 3, this has a horizontal one, so a lot easier to get on, and it actually just changes the whole shoe, and that's why you should go out and buy a new one. Did experience like you get that kind of initial heel fraying in the Arahi 3, so I thought they would have kind of swapped that up, but they're still using the exact same lining in that 4. This is still quite an open heel. This didn't have enough cushioning, I felt, or they just needed to change up that heel area to lock you in a bit better. Just being that U shape, especially for a stability shoe, just needs to be slightly bit more secure and just a bit more padding going on there, just because I just felt it didn't lock you in that 3, and looks like they've done the exact same thing for the 4. As far as these compare, it's basically the same shoe. They've changed the number on the Arahi. If you did like the 3, go and buy one on sale. If you can't find any on sale, go to the 4. It's basically the exact same fitting shoe. Take the same size in both. If you are getting into the Arahi series, definitely try them on. If you are ordering them online, take that half size smaller. So I've been running in basically US 12 for all my running shoes, and these even fit big in a US 11.5. They definitely could have changed a few things up. The cushioning could have definitely been softer, since this is still quite a firm cushioning system for everything on the market. I'm quite surprised Hoka haven't done like any thermoplastic being added into that EVA. A lot of your Saucony, even Nike are adding that thermoplastic, so it's a lot more durable and it can be a lot softer over the life of the shoe. But yeah, there was definitely things they could have improved on that Arahi 3 instead of just chucking a new one, basically changing the number on the side and changing the shape of the pull tag. The upper could have been definitely dialed in better, a lot slimmer fit. Hoka seemed to think people raved about this shoe, but personally I just didn't really like picking it up on those afternoon runs. It kind of didn't draw me into it. If you like the 3, you'll like the 4, but this definitely could have had a few improvements on it just to make it a bit better of a shoe. Anyways, let us know what you think about the new updates. There's none, but anyways, hit us up in the comments if you've got any questions about the shoe. If you want us to compare it to anything else, hit that like button, hit the subscribe and all that jargon, and we'll see you in another video. Bye.